Hey guys, Matt McCormick here at the 2015 Lexington Toy and Comic Con, and I'm standing with someone that's normally on the other side of the camera. He's not usually on camera with me, but it is our producer, our founder, our owner of Logans World TV, Brian Logan. Brian, it was 1 year ago this week that we turned the cameras on for the very first time. We did the outsourced show live from Lexington, Kentucky at the Comic Con last year, and here we are a year later. Just describe your feelings a year later, a year from the start of Logans World TV. Did you have any idea it would become what it did today?
Well, I had been going to conventions on a regular basis, and they're wild, unpredictable, and really exciting. And I said, this is something that I want to get into. I want to get out of pro wrestling, and I want to get into something that's more fan-oriented. And I knew that it was going to be convention-based, but I also knew that we had to make a living. So I come up with the concept for Logans World TV, which is a video-on-demand streaming service, as everybody knows. And we shot our first shows at Lexington Comic-Con a year ago, and it has just skyrocketed. I hoped everybody was going to like it, and by the subscription rates, we found out everybody loves it, and it's just moving right along.
And since Lexington, we've been in many more cities. Indianapolis, we're going to be in Cincinnati. Also, something huge we've got coming up in Las Vegas in April. Just talk a little bit about all the cities and the tour that we're doing.
Well, we're doing about 10 conventions, and we're taking Logan's World TV on the road as well. You know, we do a lot of filming in the studio. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we're taking it out to the people, and we're going to Indianapolis. We were already in Atlanta for Days of the Dead. We're in Lexington now. We're going to be in Cincinnati and, of course, Vegas, and we've got something very special for the outsource show lined up for Las Vegas that I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. If you've not seen an outsource show, you're going to want to see what we're doing in Vegas, because we actually are going to shoot two outsource shows in Vegas. We're going to shoot one that's about Pro Wrestling Cauliflower Alley Club 50th anniversary convention, but we're also going to talk about the city of Las Vegas and maybe some highlights of things that are in Vegas and fun things to do and things to see.
I would venture to say they wouldn't believe us now if we told them.
No, they absolutely wouldn't. That's why we're not going to tell them.
All right, so you mentioned we've got a lot of stuff in the studio, but also we're going to kind of take things out of the studio with some film projects.
Well, we've got the show we're going to plug here in a minute. We'll talk about The Office Visit, which you know quite a lot about. But we just wrapped on filming Haunted Lawrenceburg. And Haunted Lawrenceburg was a project that I'm not into ghost hunting, but I am now. It was something that I wanted to do it because it was outside my comfort zone, and I thought, let's go out and see what that world's about, and I absolutely loved it. We had a ball, so we have a series coming out called Haunted. First one will be in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. That's in post-production now. And we're going to be making more of those. We're also working on a Wolfie D DVD that will absolutely 100% come out this summer. That's got Jerry Lawler, Jerry Jarrett, Coco Beware, Dr. Tom Pritchard, Wolfie D, and many other people from professional wrestling dealing with the aspects of his struggle with alcohol addiction. We're going to do a Smoky Mountain Christmas special, believe it or not, so watch out. Dolly Parton, #1 selling Christmas DVD might be going lower on the charts, but we're going to do Brian Logan's Christmas special. There might be a lot of surprise guests on that, and we just got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and we're here to debut The Office Visit.
Okay, so The Office Visit, and we've actually got Dr. Tom Pritchard with us, which we're going to hear from him a little bit later on. But Dr. Tom Pritchard, anything and everything you'd ever want to know about professional wrestling is covered in these. We just released the first season this weekend. Tell us about that.
Well, here's the thing about it is breaking into pro wrestling, you get an education by riding in the car. This is not a shoot DVD. We're not telling wrestling secrets. We're giving a real education, and it's the sense of, you're riding in a car with Dr. Tom Pritchard, even though we filmed it in a studio, and you get to ask the stupid questions through us, and you get to get real life answers about it. Everything from what's a WWE booking meeting like to what do you think of Lou Thez? All things in between. Was The Rock a big star? Was Harley Race really that tough? Anything and everything like that. But the interesting thing about The Office Visit is prior to this weekend, you had to have Roku. Well, you don't have to have Roku any longer. You can now go to theofficevisit.com. The Office Visit is the first show. We're going to do digital downloads. So you can have it on your tablets, your Android, you can have it on your phone, you can have it any way you want. If you want to see this show, you can rent it for 7 days for $1.99. You can buy the DVD for $9.99. You can own the DVD, you can download it, you can get a physical copy, or for $3.99 you can get the subscription and watch everything. But the thing is we're taking the product to the consumer. You know, a lot of people like the Roku platform, but let's face it, people leave their houses, and now you can watch our products at Logan World TV anywhere, anytime, on any device, any platform, period. Bar none, and I'm super excited about that. Other projects will be available like that. The projects we've already talked about, as well as, you know, the outsource show and some of those things coming up in the future. But that's our big announcement this weekend. Digital downloads now available every device, everywhere, worldwide. If you want to watch The Office Visit right now, go to www.theofficevisit.com, go into the DVD store, click on the episode that you want to watch. It'll take you, that link will take you to the page where you can either get the DVD format or the digital download. If you select the digital download, you can literally be watching the show seconds from right now.
So absolutely no more excuses. If you don't have a Roku box, which you should, if you don't, you can digital download all of our products from now on. That's what we're going to have in mind. So that takes us through 2015. What about 2016?
Well, you know, I like to get ahead of myself sometimes. We are pacing ourselves. You know, this thing grows every year. We're working on our clothing brand. We have some of our items out here now. Later in the fall, there will be our clothing brand. Pop Culture clothing will be out. But next summer, or 2016, for wrestling fans, you're going to want to stay tuned. I'm going to give a little bit of a shocker here. We're not reinventing the wheel of the wrestling business, but I'm telling you what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a better chassis. We've got something coming out for pro wrestling fans that are going to be very excited in 2016. A new brand, a new idea, a new concept, new towns. Not your local promotion, but not WWE, not TNA, but it's going to be something that real wrestling fans are going to love, but also new wrestling fans are going to love. A whole new concept, not reinventing the wheel, but we're going to put it back on a different chassis.
That's certainly exciting and interesting. I'm sure it will stir up a lot of emotions among wrestling fans and wrestlers alike. So, Brian, I know you got some stuff to tend to at the table. I'm going to let you go. LogansWorldTV.com. Check us out. We're going to be here all weekend. We're going to come up a little bit later with Dr. Tom and I and talk more about The Office Visit. Thanks for joining us, Brian.